rush Ags, who could rush maybe Basher, who could rush an utility here, if need be. It's an interesting choice, and it does look like we're probably not getting too much craziness. I think, yeah, Neverdie is just going to play support now, for whatever reason.
Okay. Yeah, he's going in with 6 tangles, 4 ironwood branches. And the Pango will go for double circlet. So yeah, it does kind of feel like it will be Neverdi support Hoodwink. But like, so here's the thing, Hoodwink always, oh by the way, they're going to go straight in with a little light shard action. The clock block comes out, but it's not really going to do them any good. Might create enough space to get them out here. It was a follow up with Julius, he goes for the Searing Chains. Gets it on 2, the follow through now from Rapidio as they come back into the sad. Up to the high ground he goes, that Nether Blast doing some decent work here. Everyone kind of low. Julius surrounded by 2, the Searing Chains comes out. They will follow up with the Ion Shell. The first blood's already been taken though. And it will go to Ivory as they find Sad and Duelist. Oh damn. They get the kill back the other way. On Rapidio, but I think you're more than happy with that outcome. And it just goes to show how Clockwork was trapped in those shards for the full duration, and he just shrugged it off. He's like, whatever, bro. Yeah, a great start to the laning phase for Ivory. They're going to come in here with a little bit more juice. Tigger still trying to contest here versus 3 heroes. The Shield Crash could do some work. Alright, 9NZ coming over here. Block, going back the other way. Okay. Neverdi gets one. What I was going to say before all that kicked off is Hoodwink generally becomes this 4th core enemy because of how the hero itemizes, just always with this Gleipnir type situation, right? And if you've got a Gleipnir, you can farm, you know, so as the map opens up a bit and you move out of the laning phase, I could see that materializing and being an okay kind of situation, you know?
That it can be. I think the one thing you also lose from those set of exchanges is that Duelist is forced to go level 1 Chains over level 1 Sleight of Fist. So he loses a little bit of that laning impact. You get a little bit more going for Ken on mid. And, you know, it just becomes a little bit easier for the Earth Spirit to get into level 2, maybe even level 3. Although it doesn't take too long to at least hit the level 2 spike there for Duelist to equalize. Taking a peek up top, again, we saw Rupido kind of fall down earlier on from those exchanges, but he doesn't mind too much on the Darkseer. Again, you end up with this really nice Clockwork Darkseer lane, whereby level 3, level 4, this lane starts to get pretty spicy, especially again, considering that Luna is not the furthest range hero overall. This is something that you can abuse on the Darkseer Clockwork, especially again as level 3, level 4 approaches. So I think Sad has his work cut out for him. Yes, you do have this Tusk combination with 9, and you do have Tag Team on hand, but I don't see you really running down a Darkseer and a Clockwork once they do hit level 3 on each side. Like, this does not get to be as much of an aggressive lane as you'd want it to be on the side of Call911.
I think your best hope is around about the 4-minute mark, right? When the Clockwork goes to roam for the Water Rune to protect it, then maybe you can make a move on the Darkseer, but he's still going to have the Surge to kind of run around the shards, right? It's not going to be like a complete death knell. Talking about death knells, Ken. How gonna go on Julius here, giving him the old beat down. Nice. So many kills already, actually. Oh, here we go. I just feel like this clock is doing so much here. Like, literally every time the shards come out, he immediately puts the cogs down, and then really, who's trapped with who, you know?
Yeah. You just can't get the follow through you'd want. You have to waste some right clicks onto the cogs, and that just gives the opening, that little window you need on Drick to either look for commitment or look for escape.
You have the Ion Shell that you can just pop on top of him, and the Surge if he gets in real trouble. Do you know what I mean? I mean, they don't have it yet, but they will have Surge. But yeah, they have the Ion Shell. It makes them even more thorny to actually follow up on. Yeah, once they get some magic levels into Lucent Beam from Luna, maybe they can do something here.
Going to take a little bit more, and again, as level 3 approaches, that threat from the Darkseer Clockwork does materialize much easier. I think the most boring lane that we haven't really looked at is down bot. You've got the DK Pugner lane, which again is very
body
stable.
Blocks from Ken. He's going to find a kill solo on Julius, is he? The blood grenade seating under the tower. They're both so low, dude. All right, he's going to commit for it. Rolls right past the tower. It's a little bit bold. Duelist reads the movement. Gets himself to safety. I'm getting excited. Nobody's dying here, but I'm getting excited because they're so freaking low. Like one rotation. This is a 4-minute mark now, and Clockwork is not making a move down there, is he? He's kind of falling back to base, actually, so nobody's going to be able to punish this.
Guess it's my shout.
Not yet. I mean, this base reset for Drick is pretty nice in that he could get a bottle refill going for Ken. That should enable the next play onto Duelist. No one's walking back to base or dying anytime soon here from Call911, so Ken can have that little bottle advantage, although there are water runes at the very least to help Duelist reset. That opportunity might not present itself. Yeah, and Ken's just... you're just going to have Drick TP up top, so no bottle refills, no opportunities. And it stays stable, but I do like seeing this kind of play coming out from Ken, like you called. Like, this is something Ken loves to do. He's a very flashy mid, if he can get away with it. And he has been having a pretty fun time here on his Earth Spirit. 26-6 compared to 21-2. You don't really expect the Ember to be that far behind, but with a creep wave and disparity, that's actually a pretty big win for Ken in this matchup.
I think he really got dicked by the Syrian Chains. Like, not getting the kill off the back of it. Like, if you get the kill, it's worth, right? But, like, not getting the kill and then actually dying as well. Just kind of left them out to dry, really. You know, Spirit Brothers, they generally kind of are fairly evenly matched in the lane, but Ken is putting on a masterclass, and his body blocking has been insane, by the way. They go for a little clock play up top here. Actually, Neverdie comes in and helps to make that 2 kills for 911, and that was really nice. They had them trapped in there. Neverdie reads the situation, just comes in. The extra DPS with a nut shot on top makes it all worthwhile. And that's 1,000 gold, actually, off the back of those 2 kills. Not too shabby.
Yeah. Pretty big win. Great read from Neverdie. Again, he's had a lane that he's left alone for the most part here. Like, he's left Tigger alone to just soak some EXP. He's built some stacks. So he's had some room to rotate around. And that does provide a little bit of an opening top. And that level spike is there for Ivory, but yeah, you still have to respect him. That counterplay that can come in.
Finding 9, but immediately gets sharded. It's going to force him away. They thought they had an opportunity there to make some magic happen. Why was he even there? Was he trying to rotate? He went for the bounty rune. Okay, that makes sense. Stealing the enemy bounty rune. Seeing Chains goes out, but Grims is here. And immediately, Duelist will head to the bottom lane and pick up the Arcane rune with his Remnant. So, getting himself out of any kind of danger. Tigger getting harassed here by DK. Oh, by the way, Ken is here. He goes in, that level 6, the magnetize, the kick back. Tigger trying to get himself to safety. He should get in under the tower, and they don't really have much desire to chase him too far. And Ken really kind of playing on the edge. He only has 1,000 HP to work with, but he's making it work for him. I have to say though, this Dragon Knight, you know, we talked about the strength potential of the lane. Now, not much murder's been going on down here, but he is CSing up a storm. 42-4, leading the 38-7 Luna on the opposite number there. Just having a great game, and I mean that's kind of like the nature of Dragon Knight at the moment, right? Okay, 7-minute Wisdom rune, and nice. Trick will secure it. 9 tried to scoot over there and get one for get another one for the team, but we're all ready for that.
Yeah, I think you're fairly happy at this game state for Call911. Overall, I mean, Ivory is not doing too bad or not lagging too far behind. It does feel like you're sacking Rupido and Ken quite a fair bit, and that is a bit of a pain point, especially for the Earth Spirit for Ken. Right, like this timing for Earth Spirit is very sensitive. He's still going to work himself into the typical blade mail, not going for anything high tempo like, say, Spirit Vessel. Doesn't feel necessary here. Just a blade mail, maybe some more to tank up later on as well. And
Blade
Rupido is
mail
just going
BKB,
for
you think, or do you think he goes back for like a blink or something first? I think blade mail BKB, right?
The blade mail BKB is probably the most straightforward. There's an argument maybe for an SNY if he's needing to do more damage, but I'm not sure if that's really something he'd want overall. Do have some internet connection issues for Neverdie, so it's just trying to sort that out in a quick fix. Hopefully that resolves itself, but again, for the side of Call911, this is a really lovely game state. Like, yes, this DK is free farming, but the sacrifices Rupido and Ken are making are it's not the biggest sacrifice, to be fair, and it is slowing them down a fair bit, and your Luna's still free farming fine here on Call911. Your Pangolier already has a urn going into the Spirit Vessel for himself. Duelist just going for your typical phase boots into the Mage Slayer as well. So the timings are kind of lining up. I think the concern for Ivory is, especially with safe lane DK, you don't normally go for like a quick blink in the DK, right? Like, so your instant control for Duelist isn't really there, which should be theoretically blink a Dragon Tail stun. You're not going to have that combination anytime soon here.
He's going Armlet into Mask of Madness, so this guy is going to be shitting out DPS. It's going to be... He's not focusing on the control, right? He's focusing on trying to be like this powerhouse tower in the team fights. And you did say, like, Pangolier already picked up the Urn of Shadows. They have the Tusk with the Shards, the control... They don't have really, other than Lucent Beam, they don't really have, I guess, Nutshot as well, right? Acorn Shot. You don't really have like a direct stun. While on the other side you've got the hook shot, you've got the Dragon Tail. Feels a little bit difficult, but I mean Luna. We talked about how good of a game and how Luna was behind, but now that they've kind of like spread the lanes apart and Luna's able to start hitting the jungle camps a little bit, like she's building a Mask of Madness is going to be able to, start farming up a bit of a storm as well. You want to make a play around. I don't know whether you even need to smoke, but yeah, like some sort of connection onto this Luna, try and slow her down, get themselves back into the game. Because all 3 cores more or less, just tucked in behind the big fat DK of Ivory. All 3 cores of the Dire just keeping up with the farm, no problem. And also because of the movements that Ken's been making. Duelist's lane, he's been sitting mid mostly. He's just been able to recover up some of that missing CS and be on a way more equal footing as we go into the the 10-minute mark.
Yeah. Again, his timing for this Mage Slayer is not going to be too shabby here for Duelist. So it's going to have a lot more presence once that's up. The magical damage threat from the Earth Spirit is going to be mitigated by quite a fair bit. I think the side of Ivory, they might have to just get ready for a little bit of a slower game. And kind of try to wait out these Auras and Rupido. Wait out the Armlet MOM for your DK. A little bit of rotation top though.
Yeah, a little bit of a weird setup actually. Duelist is going to be able to actually make the connection first though. The Lucent Beam's coming out on the back of that Eclipse. Can they find Drake on top of this? Grims is just off to the side here. He's getting rolled over by the Pangolier. Duelist, the rotation from Ken. Drick is on like 4 HP. He's going to TP out. Now they turn around, and there is the full Eclipse onto Ken to bring that kill home. So actually that rescue, I thought Sad had already used the Eclipse, but it was just a couple of Lucent Beams. It's a 4-second cooldown though, so 6-second even. There's a talent, right?
Yep. So a little bit of a talent later on to drop that.
Yeah,
but a really great turn from the side of Call911. Again, Ivory, they get this good rotation out from Ken. It's just follow-through wasn't there, and this time Rupido just dies way too fast. He's not able to get the wall off. He's not able to try to look for a turn. He heads back to lane. He might die again.
Oh my word, the shards are good this time. The wall goes down. It's difficult to fight into that though. You got the Luna illusion, but they quickly bring it down. And yeah, back-to-back deaths feels super awkward. His TP's on cooldown for 43 seconds. Wait though, Grims, maybe he can find the follow-up kill on the Luna, turning back in. It's the Dragon Knights here. He's looking for a double, but maybe he's not quite that brave as he takes down Sad and then just starts pushing the lane. Of course, he has an armlet, so this tower should fall in the process. Which is, silver lining for Ivory, okay? You lose your darts here twice, but Aizen is able to make this rotation to the top. He gets a decent pickup on the kill there on the Luna. And then he takes the tier 1 tower. He does kind of all of the Dragonite things he wants to do. They're smoked up though. Looking for Grims. Looking for a little bit of a revenge play. That's insane burst damage, by the way. Holy moly. The drinking buddies, was it? Or they're using tag team? Tag team. Yeah, damn.
Yeah, it's quite a fair bit. Like, you don't have the most HP or armor.
Why would you take tag team over drinking buddies though? Did they buff it?
No, they didn't buff tag team. They did nerf drinking buddies. Like the pull range is shorter, right? All of that. So it has led to a little bit of a resurgence on the tag team. And
I mean,
there are uses. Again, like you
Eh.
had a Luna Tusk lane. That lane does make sense for tag team.
sure.
So,
The
you don't
drinking
want that
buddies
too
was
much here.
absolutely bonkers though. Like this, the extra save that you got out of it was just, I don't know, a bit ridiculous. So you can still get that range, like if you get the neutral, right? If you get the range neutral or went into like an Aetherless, but then you're totally sacrificing so much of what you want to do. So I can understand why. Tag team is back. Not that tag team was ever a bad skill. It was phenomenal in the first place. That's why drinking buddies was so surprising. It's like, what?
Yeah. Again, like I still see some drinking buddies. It depends on like the situationalness. If you can't really use tag team in lane, it still makes sense to get drinking buddies. Like you said, that extra save can be nice, even though it's been nerfed down. But still, they're making it work right now for 9. Ivory, they're starting to lag a little bit behind. Like this early tempo from Aizen is big. I like his itemization. He's going for a Blink Dagger. He's going for a BKB. He just wants to be able to jump in, get control in these fights. He knows how durable he is. He knows that his DK is going to be key to winning this game. Some pokes over these power runes.
Yeah, there's an amp damage bottom that Duelist is going to be able to secure here. So the blink dagger on the DK, is he's gone back for BKB and he's switched over to BKB. But does he have a blink dagger already? No. Okay.
No.
He
had both queued up a while ago.
Yeah.
He had both queued up a while ago, so he was looking for the blink. Figures maybe just a brief KB. He's changing his mind again. This time a Dragonlance.
Well, they have a lot of initiation already, right? The Darkseer can just like surge him if need be. You already have the roll in from the Earth Spirit. The Darkseer's super pacey, and then the clock shot with the hook in, the hook shot. I don't know if he wants to be, like I say, he kind of wants to be the damage, right? So I think this is fine.
My
Changed his
concern is
mind
really just
again.
catching Duelist. My
Skipping
concern's catching Ember.
Skipping BKB, going back for Hurricane Pike.
Yeah, again, he's switching around for a bit. Mentioned that as well. They catch out Drick, a little bit of a freebie.
Yeah, not much to be said about that one. Oh, but there was a neutral that dropped. Where did it go? It must have just picked up, didn't it? Don't know, actually. I saw the icon, so it probably just went straight to the fountain.
Yeah, I should have. Yeah, like I get the ideas that you're mentioning here. I don't know why you go for the Hurricane Pike. Probably just the safety net to not get kited around.
It's for the shards, right? Once you get trapped in there, it's or if it's shards and the cogs, then you can force your way in or out of the situation. Maybe. The extra range for sieging as well could be quite good. But the thing is, they've got like this. They got the Darkseers. You can put the Surge on them. You can put the Ion Shell. And, like you can really make this DK a problem for pretty much everyone. All right, they're smoked up. They send in the Kobold Scout here. Yep, the roll forward from Kennel will kick down to the river. There's a regeneration rune just spawned at the same time. He's in the pinball arena. And 9 to fall. Ken gets that regen balled up. And they go looking for more here. The hook shot downtown, collecting a connection onto Never Die. He's a little bit deep though, maybe a little bit too deep. That Spirit Vessel starting to rip through him. He's a tanky boy though. Grims tries to heal him up, realizes that this is a Spirit Vessel. That's not going to be a good proposition. But Ken, he ain't done yet. Goes in, drops that Magnetize, but here's the wall as well. And Tigger, he be rolling. Some connection here. Blade Mail and King gonna try and soften things up a bit. Clock, he's kind of caught on the edge of things here. The Dragon Tail comes through, catches Tigger. That Bushwhack doing some serious work, I should say. Julius with a follow-up. Ivory getting smashed on the back line. Sad, by the way, has a triple kill. Like, okay. Very nicely executed there by 911. And, I mean, we thought that Ivory were going to be the ones who were going to be dominant in this match. But so far, it feels like 911 have got their shit together today.
That they do. Looked like yesterday I might have galvanized them a little bit. And the side of Ivory is the one a little bit confused. They do have that blink on Aizen. Blinks forward, gets a Dragon Tail, but...
The hook shot, they're going to go in. Once again, the snowball makes things a little bit confusing as they go through the other side. Grims was ready for that though, and going to have a massive amount of casualties. This is how you ruin a team's game. You talk about how great they're doing, and then instantly they get dumpstered in a three-way tie the other way. You know.
Yeah, very big win coming out there for Ivory. Sure, they still lose their mid-tier 1, but they already found the opposite in mid-tier 1 anyhow. So you're kind of happy with just exchanging like this overall. The net worth lead hasn't really gone either way in a big way just yet, so there is room to grow. And in fact, it is growing for Ivory just a little bit more. 2K up now, 8 to 14. Almost all of that on Aizen, but you have managed to take over on Rupido and Ken as well. So your Darkseer, your Earth Spirit, they're starting to reach into those points where they will have that forward presence, like the BKB you mentioned here. Jeeves for Ken is coming up next. You've got the full pipe into the Guardian Greaves here for Rupido, so just full aura play. Counteract that great burst that we're seeing coming out here from the side of 911. And this pipe is really the big one that's going to change how this game breaks out for Ivory, right? Like, once Rupido has the pipe, you're not going to get melted down by Eclipse. You're not just going to melt from the Rolling Thunder as well, or from the magical damage that you're trying to apply here inside of 911. And that should provide enough of a window for Ivory to actually look for better counterplay. Still, see if that comes out anytime soon. Call911 in a happy spot, taking control down bot. They've got the Atos up on Never Die. And they've got a lot pouring out for Sad. Manta of Mask of Madness into his own BKB. Looking for his own protection up front here.
I
Just start to shape up.
I should kind of probably mention. So Roche is top right now, but the Roche potential is very high for 911 with this Pangolier. With Swashbuckle, it just kind of makes the taking the objective a piece of cake. And maybe, you know, they apply pressure at this tier 2 and kind of look to take it when, you know, in about 2.5 minutes time when the clock changes. And we'll try to siege this bottom tower. Radiant kind of hanging top here. Maybe they're trying to want to achieve something similar themselves, or just don't feel like they can take this fight just yet.
I think you're kind of happy on Ivory if you're going to go for a push trade. Like you've got this non-committal push coming out from Grims, just spamming with the Nether Blast, slowly chipping away. Not really committing much. Maybe all of these heroes hanging around looking for someone to bite the bait is what Ivory's looking for.
Just waiting to try and capitalize. But they're getting way more out of the push than the full Luna push with all the heroes behind them down bottom. It's just the nature of Pugna as a hero. Look at this. He's not taking any damage. He's hiding in the trees. He's nether blasting. Are they going to give Ken... I thought they were going to give Ken that last hit on the tower there, but Grims is like, no way, bro. I've been sat here for a minute. I'm taking it. It's just fair.
Ooh. Gotta give him something for his effort there. Nice tower.
No, you don't. He's a support, bro. Live that peasant life.
Yeah, I'll try to live the peasant life. Drake does come in to try and start defending bot. Doesn't really manage to find an angle onto the wheel. Sad. Slow siege is still there, and it's still only Drake hanging.
Here's Pango. That Spirit Vessel going to cause them all kinds of issues, and they will shut. Wait, they're going to bring in some more bodies here. Alright, quick reactions though, quick realization from 911 as they start to bail out of that, because that's a 3-man rotation. They really don't want to trade out this tier 2 tower because of the implication of the Roche, right? Like, then you can only TP to the outpost here, which doesn't feel great if you're moving all, you know, the whole team. So making sure they're holding that. Now it's coming up for the 20-minute mark, so Tormies are the next main objective, I would say.
Would be the next focus right now. Ivory is still on the hunt for that smoke. They got a good jump in Duelist. That could be a nice pick-off. Was spotted out by this forward vision. It's just a little bit too far back, and Aizen does break the smoke by the tower. Rather unfortunate for Ivory. So smoke's not going to pan out to too much. Like you mentioned, Roche is going to switch sides relatively soon. Tormentors are there for the taking as well. Already have some fresh BKBs up, though. Sad has his up.
They want to fight here. Aizen with a jump forward here with a blink. They tried for the smoke plate out. Snowball to slow things up, but surely not. Never die. Will indeed die. Now, 9 trying to TP out, but he got cancelled by the barriers, so... that's going to be a free Roche for Ivory. After all the talk and all the setup, just a much better movement by Ivory as a team there makes this, you know, a bit of a cakewalk. Not as easy of a Roche take as it would be for 911 in the actual fight here, but they've got more than enough beef with a DK there with a Pavese on it and Grims to heal him. Like, it's not going to be an issue.
No, certainly not. Secondary life out for Eisen. He's going to be feeling great now on that DK. And they, again, maintain this nice lead on Ivory, 4-5k up. 911 are still getting a ton of gold out in SAD, but again, it's only SAD. Duelist is about 1k, 1.2k behind in comparison to everyone else in that word. Tigger's pretty behind now as well.
Tigger's here with a Rolling Thunder on a can with his blade mail. The cogs go down, and that's a little bit awkward actually for Ken, as it just gives Tigger more things to bounce on. He's forced to pop that BKB. Now looking for Never Die, who just died a second ago, so a little bit frustrating. Magnetize on 4. Atos doing a little bit of work, and can they bring down this beastly boy? Actually no, because Grims is here. Eisen's come back, and the melting. It's a double kill for Ken. Eisen dominating. They go look a little bit deeper. They find Sad. Can they follow up on this though? They can with the roll extension. Alright. Pop some blade mail. A little bit of caution coming out as well. They never did secure that Tormentor, and there's a Wisdom Rune there just to juice up this TK even more. He's level 18 at 22 minutes into the game with an Aegis in hand. He's very much online, by the way, with the BKB finished up 9 seconds on it. Yeah, this is more what we expected, right? Ivory hitting their full stride here with their timings. Yeah, 9k net worth advantage. Good map, controls to the final. The pipe finished up for Dark Seer. Guardian Greaves fully finished as well. At 22 minutes, he's almost 11k net worth. Having a pretty goddamn good game.
That he is. And the whole of Ivory is starting to play a lot better now once these items were up. Again, that window earlier on we were seeing from Call911 was pretty impressive. I think, again, it's a much stronger form from Call911 in comparison to yesterday. They're trying to chase down SAD right now, though.
Well, that's the blink. He's just trying to get it off a cooldown. It keeps getting cancelled. He's going to deal with the Tusk first, and this should be... I mean, he can snowball if he wants, but only going to buy him like an extra second or so. Enough time to get Sad out, though, which is what his objective was there for sure. And Sad going to TP over, going to deal with these... any Ancients that were left in the stacks there. I don't think there were many, but... Do you remember the Battle Pass where when you pressed Alt, you could see the value of the camp?
I do remember that slightly.
That was great, man. I think I should bring that back.
Those were some fun times.
A little bit too clinical, though. You know, you're like, oh, he's going to get 536 gold from this camp. It was a little bit too, like...
Yeah, it left some of that mystique away.
Where's the mystery, you know?
Exactly. There's no mystery here, though. High ground begins for Eisen. A minute 40 left on the Aegis. Doesn't take too much time for the DK to just melt through this objective. And manage to take the tier 2 as well, although they're a tier 2 bot from SAD just sieging in, but they're kind of just surrendering this push. Nice hook.
The counterplay was so good, actually. Can 9 get out of this? That Bushwhack doing plenty of work, but here comes Rapidio with a little Bushwhack action of his own. Hits him up with the VAC combo. Not even a combo, just the VAC on its own. And Ken is in here, man, fighting the tower now. No problemo. Fortification coming through. Eisen, though, will have Dragon Form in, what, 10 seconds? Yep. And good sustain from the Greaves. They blink forward, looking for some meat here. And it looks like Squirrel's back on the menu. Very tasty. Never died, just having an absolute howler. He's only died 3 times, by the way, but it feels like they've just been back-to-back deaths.
It does. Done a great job here on Ivory to just isolate out that hoodwink. And again, just kind of work their draft. 12k advantage, 1 racks up already. Still the mid-tier 2 left. SAD has just been trying to split push as best as he can. Does have the phylactery up, won't go full Conda. We'll go back for the butterfly first and try to get some more damage in. But we're ways off now from this Luna growing big.
Sees him, gets the wall off as well. There's no way he solos him, right? Rapido getting absolutely melted still, even with the pipe. Gets himself to safety, though. The follow-up will be there. Sad with the BKB TP attempt, and it works! Dude, very clutch. Alright, Eisen, see if he can get something back the other way. The Courier, the uphill miss. Oh no, actually, it's just the creep doesn't do any damage anymore. I remember. And yeah, back to what you were saying. So it's so even on kills, right? But the objectives that they've taken, it's about the draft, about how the it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you kill us as many times as we kill you. We're still going to be taking all of your objectives because of the nature of the draft. That's a full Shiva's Guard finished up on Ken, by the way. We go in here, try again to find Never Die, take him down. And now Ken popping that BKB. He's still going to continue to man fight as the Magnetize goes through. Julius playing around on the cusp of things here. Rapidio getting super low, pops off the pipe, throws a vac. Eisen's here, and oh my word! A double kill for the DK. And they bring down Tigger as well. And they do have 3 buybacks available on 911, but it's pretty catastrophic at this point. What do they have ult-wise? No Rolling Thunder available. I guess they have the Sharpshooter. But yeah, I think you just give them the racks.
Probably have to. I think your timings now on Call911 are all hinging on this Luna. If Luna feels like she's ready to go, that's when you go. And until this butterfly is up, you're still likely not feeling all that great here on Sad. Does have a Conda for a little bit more poke and reach, but again, it does feel like you need more on Luna overall. There are going to be 2 racks down in Call911. Ivory 18k up. With the Daedalus up on Eisen, he hits like an absolute truck and has the full Assault Cuirass lined up not too far off. Again, the scaling on the DK is just insane. You get this utility from Rupido, which is the wall illusions. Just one illusion on Luna is already painful enough, as we've seen in the 1v1. Forced out the Eclipse use. Rupido's also gunning for the Ag, so Normal Punch is going to be a factor now as well. Another way of kind of just getting free illusions of Sad going.
I mean, he's
911 have to find a way to...
sorry, the DK is literally having a perfect game. Like, there's no, like... He hasn't had any misplays at all, really. No overcompensation and stuff. Tigger goes in, he has a little bit of a poke. By the way, we can interrupt that with the hook shot. The follow-up from Ken, they're on top of him. Oh. They timed that so perfectly for the end of the Rolling Thunder. Now they go a little bit deeper. Rapidio with the wall down on 9. Not the most impressive illusion, but maybe the Hoodwink one can get something done. 9 going to get absolutely smashed in the cogs, though. And now the final set of racks. Under pressure. They have 2 buybacks available. I guess you save them for tier 4s? Question mark? Maybe next game? Let's say Pago waiting for itemization wise.
Not much. They have to get something done. Like Sad again still hasn't joined any of this high ground defense. Still trying to go for a full Shadow Blade at least, but tier 4s are under pressure. Mega creeps are up. This is a losing situation if you don't act now on 911.
I mean, he's waiting for the Pango, then he TPs, right? For sure. Copium. Have some more Copium. Here he is. He's TPing. He's coming through that back line. They already dropped the Tusk, though. Tusk with the buyback. Now they go out. They get a little bit of a hold on. She comes in. The pipe's up. The BKB's out. Rapidio getting slammed a little bit here, but not quite enough focus on the damage. Ken popping up that BKB, and so is Eisen. Absorbing some of this damage up. They turn around. They bring him forward here. Tigger super low. The snowball save at the last second, though. Eisen kind of low. There's no ages on this DK. 84 seconds on the sideline. And this is the turnaround they're looking for, but I mean, what is left of your base, guys? Holy moly. They lose Tigger. And it's 3 down, though, on the side of Ivory. There's only 1 tier 4 tower still standing. But it's a hold, John. It is a hold. In theory.
It is.
And it didn't cost them too much. It didn't cost them too much, though. They only brought back on, what, 3 heroes? No, they only brought back on the Tusk, actually.
Yeah. I mean, it's costly what you've lost in your base. I mean, you've lost into Mega Creeps. Your clear for Mega Creeps is somewhat okay. Not particularly amazing on the supports, but it is manageable on your cores. You've got the full Butterfly up for Sad off the back of that fight. And how patient he was with how patient Call911 was in general with choosing this fight. He is going into the Divine next, so you can sense that maybe slight desperation for Call911 and having to go for Divine Luna at this point. highly risky for Sad, but that's the game state right now.
You don't really have a choice, you know. I think though as well, by what you're saying about how he was super patient, I don't know. I think they would have had to have bought, like, so in order for him to come any earlier and win the team fight, they have to buy back on maybe 1, maybe 2 heroes there. And then the item progression just completely stalls out for, what was it, the Tusk and the Pango, right? Tusk has Solar Crest finished up nice, looking for the Blink Dagger. Pango has the Blink finished up, the Full Spirit Vessel. Nothing really changing up for the team though. I guess you just have to pray that Luna can get the job done, huh? Are we gonna, what's the next thing? So he's going Rapier, so then already has Mask of Man, so probably goes back for the Satanic after Rapier. Or maybe even you pick it up, well, I think he needs the Rapier though is the problem. Like, it's such a damage amp as well, by the way. Meanwhile, Ivory have been taking themselves in Russia and down bottom here. The Aegis back in Eisen's hands. Yeah, we didn't really talk about that at all while trying to blow more copium.
Yeah.
And 911 here, but this is awkward now.
It's going to be really tough for Call911 to try to def this with 2 lives up in the DK. Maybe you can make him waste the first life with Dragon Form. Probably our ideal scenario here for Call911. Let's see if they can put it close to it though on Ivory as they are smoked up, looking for a flank and rush in.
Alright, we're fine. The Hoodwink, a little initiation there. Fine. Over the other side here. Luna gets normal punched and has to face herself. Down he goes, 85 seconds on the sideline. That's GG right there. See how long it takes them to call it. But yeah, the full cleanup comes through. And yeah. That's good though, because what we saw yesterday was teams failing to actually finish this high ground push after one loss. So Ivory, they're like, no, we just goes 5, we get the Aegis, we just do it by the numbers, you know?
It's a freaky looking one. Not my personal favorite, but I can see why people like it. It just freaks me out a little bit too much. But
I've not really played much Alk, so my Alk sets are pretty limited. You know, like I've never really like bought an Alk set, so I got this one from a chest, and I was like, finally, an Alchemist set.
Yeah, it's fair. It looks decent enough, and you know it's kind of fun. You know, and seeing how that looks with a full chemical rage up.
Oh, I love the colors on it. I love the colors.
Yeah, I'm sure it actually looks pretty amazing, and I'm going to be paying attention for that one. Of course, for this one, Call911, they're going to need to see a lot of different colors. They need to start to see green here if they want to drag it out into a game tree. Ivory just 1 game away from moving on into facing up against, I believe, in this pat, they would be facing up against Aurora. So, not an easy opponent as well, but you know, there are really very few easy opponents left in this qualifier after the first round. So, just kind of have to deal with it. I'm really keen on seeing what Rupido can get done on this offlane TV. This tech is very evil. It really is, like, just having that reflection against Luna, like you were pointing out there, Jeeves. And then this aura build-up, like, Terrorblade offlane is actually nightmarish. So I'm keen on seeing this one.
Not really gonna be able to secure the binding runes there, because it actually, what was that? I feel like it was 3, right? No, 50-50. Was it 50-50? Julius?
It was 3-1.
It was 3. It was 3. Yeah. In favor of Dire. Yeah. So you're kind of going to be a bit happier, right? In that situation, you got like the 3 runes. I don't know. Whenever I get 3 or 4 runes, we always lose because everyone gets like overconfident because they got so many runes. You know? If you get First Blood and 4 runes, it's over. You've lost. Don't even like try and play that game.
That does happen. That does happen. I think one has to measure their have measured confidence coming in. So I'm keen on seeing if they can keep it. So I mean, it's a nice little boon. It's very important to deny that away from the Alchemist. That hurts Ivory more so because they lose that extra bit of bonus gold for Eisen. It's just a little bit slower in the lane than you'd want it to be for the Alchemist. And that should keep things in mild control. Still, we're taking a look up top. We do have Rupido and Drick up against Sad and 9. Again, the Terrorblade. The Terrorblade Pugnus, an interesting concept. I think Reflection plus some spam of Netherblast can be fairly annoying. You still have the strong tag team lane for 9 and Sad overall. Though Grims does manage to snipe away Never Die Down bot.
Under his own turret as well. You know, I mean, Grims is in a bit of a state afterwards, but that all he had was power cogs, by the way. So he gets the kill. Alchemist did you know, half the damage though, with already having the unstable concoction. So and with the seed money though, honestly, I don't think the you know, losing the 3 runes at the start is as impactful as you would hope. Oh my word. He's getting some CS though, right? Yeah, 10 and 5 versus 6 and 2 on that mid matchup just now. Just keep an eye on that one as time goes forward here. What does Alchemist have coming? Oh, that's interesting. So he has his boots on the courier at the tower.
Grig's fine. Sat is dead.
He will fall one more right click.
Save.
Under the turret.
Sacrifice.
Nine's
Not as
fine.
well.
Is he fine? No, is he fine? I mean, fine is an interesting word here. Sad is running for his life.
Oh, there you go.
He's gotta be dead, right? Uphill miss? Nope. Counter reflection's even uphill miss, actually. That's an interesting question.
Yeah, I never noticed, so that would be a very interesting thing to see. What a nice little kill. Of course, Drick did die earlier, so he's not around to soak the XP, but Rupido getting solo is fine. A bit of a reset as well for your Pugna. He does manage to grab some of Rupido's items to ferry over. And again, you're having a pretty swell start overall here for Ivory. Good block from 9 to prevent the Lotus take, but you will still have control here from Ivory's end. The last lane that you and I haven't really talked about here, Jeeves, is mid. Ken is running down Duelist. Like, this matchup for the Pangolier just doesn't feel great. Melee matchup for the Earthshaker is always better for Shaker. 20-9 up against a 12-4 of Duelist. This does not get any easier for Duelist either. Like, this is just going to be a rundown lane for Ken no matter what.
I think you kind of have to see what you can get done, you know, when you get your level 6 on the Pango. Like, you have to be way more mobile and active. But honestly, from game 1, we saw that Ken already, he loves a roam. You know, I mean, he was on the Earth Spirit, which I guess is much easier to kind of make those kind of like plays in regards to getting on top of people, but this Shaker will be moving around quite a bit. I'm quite confident of that, which maybe gives the Pangolier some time to kind of catch up. We saw some element of that for Duelist on the Ember Spirit last game, but I feel like when this Shaker turns up to the fight though, it's not going to be like with the Earth Spirit where like the kills weren't exactly flowing. They were getting kills, but it wasn't like, you know, a torrent. This time around, I feel like it will be way more. Here we go, though. Down bottom, they're going to throw this little stun out on the marsh. I don't think you get anything out of this, though. I don't know why I'm getting excited. Never mind, ignore me. I don't think there's much going to... Like, they're all so beefy down here, you know? It never dies, like, far enough away from the fight that it's not going to be an issue.
Yep. It's going to stay farming. No excitement really to come out there. And again, you're still in a happy spot anyhow. For the side of Ivory, your Alchemist is not getting contested. You've got this runaway lane for Ken. Rupido's lane is probably the slowest one, but he's also making it extremely painful for Sad anyhow. So you're still suppressing this Luna early on.
I mean, she's 17 and 2 versus 18 11 on the Terrorblade. Like, he is he's having a good old time up there. And it's the denies that are just the most annoying, right? 1 point in Metamorphosis early on to turn the heat up. Feels pretty okay, man. Oh, wait a minute. Ken, though, he's a little bit too far forward here on the river. Wait, he's absolutely doesn't give a shit, though. Holy moly. I mean, he knew he was dead, but he just turns and just puts the boot in a little bit there. I mean, you're going to be super happy if you're Duelist, though. Talking about people dying, Sad going to get splattered up top as Drick coming through with a Grimm's rotation. And, yeah, dude, like... This Luna is really not having a game at all. Like, it's just like a hard counter, dude. It feels even better than the Darkseer was. Like, because Darkseer, you can do what you... Wait, hang on. Ken's back having a poker... Jules here. Yeah, you can do what the Darkseer does, but then you also have the Metamorphosis to push the tower and to take, like, a bigger team fight at range. It's pretty sick, actually. I'm loving it. I'm a huge Terrorblade fan, but... I've not really played him recently because, 1, I'm bad and old, and 2, there was a period of time where he didn't really fit into the meta, but that seems to be resolved now, especially versus Luna. I like that. Obviously, I'm more of a PL fan, but that hero's gone. Okay, the cogs went down. The Rolling Thunder actually going to connect on Grimm's. takes our rotation from Duelist to level 6, so it's going to leave Ken actually to soak even more in this lane. And they're going to try and there's 2 Binding Runes just sitting here for Duelist refill, but he doesn't even need it. And Ken trying to apply pressure to the tower while he's away. Setting himself up for a little bit of murder here as the call comes through pretty cleanly. Ken trying to throw that up Fisher. I don't think he gets away though. Surely there's a swashbuckle in 3. Can he connect with the body blocks from his own creep? Maybe not. Gonna allow that to happen. So my rule when I play Alchemist is so long as I don't die more than 4 times in the lane, I'm gonna win the game, right? Eisen hasn't been touched at all here, so he is halfway to finishing up the Radiance. That's a good time. Already has Talisman of Evasion.
Yep, halfway through, feeling great. I'd say laning phase, that's a pretty good target to aim for. I would say in this level, maybe 2 kills.
Yeah,
twice,
for sure.
Or, I mean, you kind of don't want to die at all, actually, on the Alchemist.
Obviously.
You mentioned Find Brims. Maybe a little bit more here.
Flex is doing some work, but Drake trying to get himself to get out of here. Oh no, the Tigger rotation though, the arena, it's available. He doesn't need it though. There's a God Rebuke. It's smashed right through that Pugna. Again though, it's supports that are dying.
Yep, not the biggest deal for the side of Ivory. You're still getting this free farm out for Eisen. You're getting decent space out for Rupido. It's just running forward onto Sad. And Sad could just die, but Rupido doesn't go for the Metamorphosis, doesn't want to risk too much. We'll just play it a little bit safe. 3 to 5, a little bit slower in this game, but again, the ramp up is there for Ivory. Call911 is doing fine though. Like, you are going to hit this blink timing eventually for Tigger. They're getting some decent space for him in the 1v1 up against the Alk. It's a dead farming lane that the Mars isn't too upset about. Again, just working to that quick blink. We've got the Diffusal timing lined up here for Duelist. You're still a ways off from like big level 6s on your supports, especially for Never Die. He just turns 5, but things are starting to shape up for the side of Call911. I would say you need to start applying pressure onto Eisen relatively soon. Like, even after this Radiance is up until maybe 15 minutes, you've got a lot of time until that 15-minute mark to still slow down this Alk. And that has to be the objective for Call911. Because if Eisen does hit that good timing, I mean, Alchemist, again, it can take over games if you leave it alone for too long.
Yeah, certainly. You got this kind of 25-minute window, up to 25 minutes or so, where the Eisen Alchemist is just going to be an absolute monster. And the solutions for this, we're going to have to see the Vessel coming out at some point. I mean, Pango, we noticed he went for Diffusal, which is what you'd expect from the mid-Pango, of course. But maybe it's going to be Muerta that goes for Vessel, or, Urn at least. Maybe Tusk. And then later, Luna, of course, will probably pick up a Skadi, but that's a long time away. Shiva's Guard on Mars as well, I suppose. But the Alchemist is very much going to be a problem until those situations are resolved. Here we go. There's the rotation, though. Pops off the Chemical Rage. The TPs are coming. Can they keep him alive long enough? The call coming through down the arena. Alright, they'll make it happen. They got Roche on that as well. Can they get something back the other way? They go looking for 9 here. It's a bit of a booby prize, a consolation prize, getting 9 the other side of things. But, yeah, Eisen just a little bit too comfortable in the lane down there. And what was that, a 4-man rotation to make it happen?
Yeah.
Probably worth, yeah, it's probably still worth for Ivory, though, because of the amount of bodies they had to move down there. But,
it's kind of alright for Ivory. It's not amazing. Like, this Alchemist dying even one time can kind of slow down the space just a tad bit. Like, the Radiance isn't up yet, so you still need time to hit that stride here for Eisen. It's some great timing from Call911. I think they have that understanding of what happens in an Alchemist game. You've got to pressure the Alch very early on. And they set their eyes on the right spot. A little bit surprising Eisen didn't get his backup going quickly enough. He is still maintaining that lead. This Alchemist is still big. But that gap has to grow wider here for Eisen. So he just needs some free time. And that means the same thing for Ivory, in that You can't really afford to just play around like this and try to farm everyone without like creating pressure on the map, creating a distraction point. See if they can with the smoke, but it does pop on Ken.
Okay, they're gonna give it a little bit of a go here. Never die quick with the calling though. Yeah, one thing you could have like, so if the enemy are moving 4 heroes on your Alk and you're not gonna be there immediately, surely you're pressuring a lane somewhere to make that worthwhile. But you know, obviously, it just got caught on the hop a little bit. And it's fine. I think it's fine. Like I say, that's the Radiant's finished. He's 70 gold away, so his courier parked at his own secret shop. Wait, 10 seconds here. They're having another little go here. God's Rebuke gonna end Ken. Now Grim's gonna get caught in the fire as well. The arena goes down. Pugna getting splattered. Eisen is here, by the way. He bought the Sacred Relic before he went in. The Radiance has arrived just as the fight's kicking off. He's taking a lot of damage with a snowball, doing some decent work. Rapidio with a reflection and the Metamorphosis. He's still alive. He's got the Sunder, but he can't find a target. Let's go any HP. Let's make it a rampage. Just give him the casual rampage. It's not gonna happen, surely. They can run this down. No way. He just Tigger gets hype. An ultra kill. He couldn't find a Thunder time. Everyone was so low, dude. He's like, who the fudge do I Thunder?
Yeah.
Awkward.
He didn't go for the facet, of course, with the full HP illusions. So he can't go for an easy illusion into Sunder. He's trying to look, and everyone was low. Just forced to try to Sunder the Luna and hope that's enough. And it is. Some pretty big wins for Rupido. Like that's a very ugly fight still. A very big win for the side of Call911. But the recovery for this Terrorblade is massive. That's going to be a quick pipe timing lining up here for Rupido. That's going to lead into a lot of pain and trying to burst down this Terrorblade at that point. Just going to need a little bit more HP to back that up.
Look at what Eisen is doing right now. He's having a lovely little gold. All the gold is coming in nicely here. And just the power of Radiance feels okay, man. Now he's looking for his Blink Dagger, which he almost has. So literally, what, in like a minute and a half, he's farmed up a whole. And he died, by the way. He's farmed up a whole Blink Dagger. That's pretty good.
Yep. Big timing for Eisen to kind of contribute a little bit better to his team. And there it is. A 3k lead still standing for Ivory, but a 3k lead at 14 minutes in with an Alchemist. It's not the most terrifying thing in the world outside of Ivory, is they will be able to just clean up Grims and maybe find a freebie on Ken.
He is rolling out of there, though. He has the haste rune, get himself off to safety. And wait, the Echo Slam coming back the other way. The slapping happening. That Radiant Sperm gonna get the job done. Drick is gonna be the one to claim the kill, though. And actually, there are stacks here. Ken going in. Still alive. Still with that haste rune for a few seconds where he manages to blink to safety. Some ankles were broken there. Eisen going in versus 4 heroes right now. He feels tanky, but is he that tanky? I mean, they already used the Eclipse, so not much to actually burst him down too much, but also not much to get any catch on here. Okay, that'll get one. Throws a little action out here, and now to steal the stacks of the Dire. Another big injection of gold for Rapidio and Eisen here. A little bit of XP as well for Drick. They want a challenge. Can they make the angle? Oh, Julius gets a decent amount here. Eisen. 6 seconds for the Chemical Rage, and Tigger's on top of him before he can get it off. Rapidio trying to turn it into this. Okay, they get one. The Pango to fall. They make a trade. Can they find any more, though? Downtown, Clockwork is going in onto Sad. He's going to get hook shot, and Rapidio should be able to finish this one off. Easy peasy, Drick says. Now more. Snowball in onto Ken. Ken having a howler here in this mid-game. The save Sunder from the Brosif. Lovely jubbly. And, yeah, they should be able to bring 9 down here as well.
Oh, okay. Ken takes his time in that one, but find some good punishment out from Ivory this time around. You're seeing that utility and that Terrorblade come in. Like Sunder as a saving tool, that's something that, you were talking about the parallels with the Darkseer. That's something the Darkseer doesn't really have. This can always turn fights in quite a big way for Lupido. So you'd like to see it coming out. 13 to 13. Again, you did lose Eisen, although he will find a freebie kill on Never Die while all of that breaks out. That kind of compensates for it. But that timing is starting to come together now for the side of Ivory. If you're on the side of Call911, you have to be a little bit cautious about this, because this is the moment where things start to really roll for the side of Ivory, right? Pipes done on your TV, Rupido's going back for the Manta, more stats, more illusions to play with. You know, it's going to be a lot to contend with, although Eisen, this is kind of crazy by himself.
He's feeling it though. Oh, they tried to come in with that really long angle from Grims. He's like way up at the Ancient Camp. Can't quite make the connection happen. Everyone's kind of confused. And Eisen's still trying to do something with his stat. Actually gonna land it on and never die. Surely that's going to be the end of that. The Chemical Rage, only with a couple of seconds left. Maybe he can apply some tower pressure as Rupido coming up. Rupido is doing everything in this game, though. Like, honestly, like with the pipe online, and then, like you say, with the Thunder saves, the team fights as well. He's 6-1-5 on the offlane Terrorblade.
Yeah, he's been doing a lot. Like what you're saying. Like, again, once these items are up, the Terrorblade is a very hard target to just pin down. Has the Falcon Blade for a little bit more mana, a little bit more HP there as well. And seems a little bit more damage to come in. Like, this is a fairly tanky TV. 25 armor. You've got 48% magic res on top of that. You've got the Sunder. It's a hard here to burn down. Inside of Ivory, again, they're doing a great job of keeping all of this action on the side of Call911's river. Right, they're not able to make a movement across. They're constantly forced into their side.
The Luna here, Ken with the amp damage. Eisen and Snowball to the side. Can't get the angle. Grims is ready to cut Sad off. He's going to eat himself in a little Eclipse action. But it might be worthwhile just to hold Sad in place. Never mind. Tigger's here, ready with the arena. Ken throws out the Echo Slam.
Oh.
It's not quite enough to bring that kill home, though. Sad will finally be found. Nice play, though, as Never Die comes through, puts down the calling. Nice. Julius as well, rolling through, doing a little bit of damage. The arena finally comes in. Eisen still alive in amongst this. He is backed up by Rupido, and all of a sudden, you don't really have a team fight anymore. And Eisen trying to run. Oh my god, look at the damage from Rupido right clicks, dude. Actual Terrorblade stuff. And you want to try and come in here and contest. They want to throw more bodies on the fire. It's one Terrorblade. How hard could it be, Michael? But incredibly is the answer to that question. They did drop some bodies though. It did go 3 for 2, and 911 come out ahead on the GPM there, but they lost their Luna in the process. So maybe a bit of a hollow victory. There's an illusion
just a little bit. Here. I think you're still happy overall on the side of Ivory. I think you. Again, you're managing to get this build up. You didn't lose Eisen at the very least. This Terrorblade, or rather this Alchemist, is about to hit its massive stride. BKB's online, going for the AC next. And it's at that point where we need to see Ivory translate these skirmishes into objectives. Like, these outer towers have to go. High ground has to start to get knocked in as we approach 25 minutes, because if you start to go beyond 25 with Sad keeping up in net worth, that's where things can maybe get a little scary. Sure, your Terrorblade can still be an answer to that, but Reflection can only stay effective for so long. Once BKBs, once Dispels are on hand, it's not going to be as effective as it was in the early game, and that is the concern here going forward for Ivory.
And Roche potential again is kind of on the side of 911 with the advantage here, but you know, wait, hang on, they're going again here. They get themselves the clockwork kill. Eisen, let's see if we can connect here on Julius. He's kind of isolated though. Well, this game he's playing kind of solo, prepping the Rolling Thunder, changing their mind, Luna on the side of things. And then, okay, stunned himself, gets a quick snowball player from 9. And now Rolling Thunder, and again, Eisen versus 4. Ken gets a nice block off to kind of slow things up here. Julius chasing forward, Drick left out to dry, and now they get this arena onto Ken. The Echo Slam comes up, but it's not going to be nearly enough. The Sunder doing some work, but guess what? Luna ready for that one. And I mean, we literally just talked about how, you know, you're going to start losing a little bit of your momentum here at the 25-minute mark. But honestly, they played that so well in 911. They got 4 kills for 1. It's pretty nicely done.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And
It's
yeah,
a little bit
maybe
messy.
maybe they get the Roche on the back of this way. They want to go in and try and contest, hold this tower a little bit longer. The fortification comes through. Swashbuckle connects, but doesn't land a disarm, so Snowball Boy going to be in a bit of a pickle. Still manages to find the tower, though. Very nicely done. Very nicely done indeed. 21 minutes, of course, there's a Wisdom Rune here and a Tormentor to contest. But yeah, with all the bodies on the floor, I don't know if Roche potential is going to be too high right now. Acid Spray, of course, is going to speed things up. When they do it, AC will really speed things up for the Roche potential here. And maybe you just wait until you have the AC before you take a clean fight, right? Because the AC is going to soften the Luna, and then you have the BKB as well to keep yourself alive. Clockwork went for Pavés into full Solar Crest.
Nothing too off the mark here for the Clockwork in terms of build-up. Gonna be nice and useful to give that Solar Crest buff onto your Alk.
He's trying to protect that Arcane Rune. But yeah, Ken not having the greatest situation here as he does get arenaed and then 5-man murder ganked right in front of his team. Not that they saw it because of the arena walls, but yeah, I mean, it definitely happened. How do you feel about that change? With the individual vision on some abilities?
I think it's pretty interesting. I think it's a fun change, because it does lead to some surprise moments when you forget about it for a little while. I think the big thing Ken needs is a BKB, and he's trying to farm into it, and they are hook shotting forward.
Okay, I mean, they can take Tigger here, potentially. He's just knocking him around like, like all over.
Yeah, very important kill for Rupido to clean up on. He definitely needed all of those cog bounces to come in from Grims. Great work there, just getting the kicks we need. Slow, steady siege begins with Eisen connecting now as well.
He went pretty deep there. The AC's finished up, so this is the timing spike they're looking for. Still sub 25 minutes, so still in that kind of golden pocket where they're going to be up. Ken found Duelist actually on the other side of the map. That's pretty big. No Pango, but not like the roll was available anyway. It's up in 5 seconds. That's actually huge. They're not going to be able to contest this. It's going to be a full set of racks in and done. And yeah, that's kind of the timing you're looking for. I'm not going to lie. On Ivory, like, that's the kind of work that you want to get done by this point in the game. Maybe slightly more would be nice, but yeah, I mean, you don't want to, you don't feel too bad now. You know, it was kind of looking a little bit shaky the last couple of team fights. Still got this 8k net worth lead here. Luna is stabilizing though. You know, the Manta's up, the Mask of Madness is up. They're going into BKB, looking for the Tormy here. Who will be the lucky one? It goes to I'm not a big fan of this one. The
it's an alright one. The deeper shards.
The deeper pocket on the shards. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it. It's good versus some lineups for sure. It's not bad versus a clock.
It's okay in trying to kite around. I think it's fine. Like, I think maybe a little bit better than just the Muerta shard is nice, but for just damage and presence, but I don't think you're losing too much sleep over a Tusk Shard either. It helps, especially on the high ground, and in trying to isolate some of these heroes out from Ivory, which has been the key point for Call911. You can see them smoke up now. They've still got the Blink Arena ready to go if they find an angle in. Ivory, for their part, I mean, they've got this big BKB pickup on Ken, right? So now the Shaker should be safe if he does get committed on. Will be able to find a way out and find himself some opportunities to start to melt down.
Yeah, if they don't read the BKB, are they going straight for this roll? Looks like it, right? Using this corner Drickus nearby. They're kind of aware, right, though, because no one's showing on the map. I'm waiting for the scan. They're already TPing Shaker in. And they don't know about the Shaker BKB, right? So if they commit as hard as they have done on the Shaker... these illusions, bro. You know, I mean, you don't want to give up the game. Because if they commit as hard as they have done on Ken and he pops that BKB, their fight will be a team fight disaster. So Ken, he breaks the smoke, he goes in, he finds Sad on the side of things. There's Fisher block as well to try and split things up. Fight is kind of going on two different sides at the same time, though. Eisen trying to find a solid target. Tigger gonna pop off the bulwark. The ice shards to hold them back. Never died, trying to TP out. Sad making the TP. Looks like 9 going to be the only casualty. Yeah, they just missed the cancellation on TV. Wait, hang on. Tigger still in danger. I mean, I say that, but he's hiding in the trees like a champ.
Yeah.
Can you come back to
try
this,
to steal
then?
this?
Could you?
I think
could you
he
come
might.
back?
When he has Blink BKB Arena, he could try to steal something. Question is if he will. Doesn't look like he will. Does decide to back off. Roshan, first rush of the game should go to way of Ivory. Secondary life gonna be handed over to, seems like Rupido. So we'll be able to pull off Never Die. At least in the side there.
Random, nowhere near the fight, and now they're fighting down bottom. Eisen coming through, trying to deal. BKB, keep himself alive, keep his clockwork alive by absorbing some of these Eclipse blasts. They back it up. Aegis going to go to Rapidio. And Ken finds another kill. This is without even using the BKB, by the way. He's got it. It's just a threat, though. And Rapidio with the Aegis. I like that, though, because, like, you know, so now you can make the Sunder saves with impunity.
Yeah, you don't care too much. You can be a little bit more aggressive in saving your allies. Rupido's just actually running forward. No, care.
I mean, you could be a little bit more aggressive with your enemies as well. He's running in under the tier 4s here, basically just creating space for Eisen to get some damage done on the towers there.
They'll be able to find it. Bot rack's set to be open. Not gonna take too long to melt through them. One last rack's left for Call911. One last chance as they face elimination here in the road to Bangkok for ESL One Bangkok. Southeast Asian closed qualifiers.
There's a bit of
being maintained by Ivory.
There's a bit of sadness here, of course. 911 being the Thai team, you know. They're the Thai team, right?
Yeah, the full Thai stack. You still have Roarwood 2 Thai players in.
The good players. No, not at all, not at all. But 911, you know, like this, how great would it be to play versus your home audience? You know, it would have been something. I'm not writing them off just yet, of course, but the writing is maybe on the wall here. Amplified damage on the river, going to get scouted out by the courier. And you still have 3 minutes on this Aegis. And Rapidio, he's feeling it for sure, man. He's like right on the cusp of the battlefield here, ready to tank any gank potentially. The thing is, he just needs to sit behind his Alk while Alk does whatever he wants, you know, because of the Sunder save. Full Abyssal finished up. Looking for a Swift Blink. And you still have Pugna as well for this. It's just so disgusting, dude. Like, never mind sitting behind the Alk. Drake is just walking forward here, just taking your tower. It's illegal.
Yeah, just spamming out that Nether Blast. Nice and steady progress. Tier 3 not being long for the world. Has the Octarine up as well on Drake. But the spam ability is much lower. -1 cooldown, plus the Octarine 3-second cooldown, just blasting away. Tier 3 gone. Rax is not too long, and Mega Creeps are going to be coming in.
Here we go. They're going to go for this big fight. The BKB comes out. They get on top of Eisen, but there's the Sunder. Rapidio will fall, but we were expecting this. Now Eisen popping off the BKB, trying to man fight into Sad here. The Echo Slam from Ken is decent, though. He's fighting a triple, maybe looking for the Ultra. Can't get himself a Rampage. I mean, he could if he had the balls. I mean, he has the balls. They're like, we're going to give it to you, bro. Just come on in here. The party is ready. You know, let's just win the game instead. Yeah, smart play. Oh my god, actually, the Clocker guy alive. Nice.
Oh no.
Triple buybacks. Still a little bit of danger here. Gonna pop off the BKB on Ken, though. The slapping happening. Easy peasy. Take another one for Drake. And there goes the Pango. They look for more. Never die to fall. And the GGs come out. Alchemist is in the fountain. And pretty big statement there at the end from Ivory as they take it to 3-2-2 score.
Yeah, 33-22. You don't see that every day.